Well, obviously, we've all been thinking about this a lot lately, put a lot of time into it. And I have 3 areas that I want to talk about tonight. I want to say first, I appreciate the legal brief, Mr. Price, thank you. I think the brief made it very clear that this decision is one that will be borne by this board alone, because it's very clear that there is no legal reason that we have to make this decision. There may be other reasons that the decision should be made or could be made, but it is not a legal one. So as a board, we make this decision on our own. Many of the stated reasons for the board's action at on the April 22nd board meeting have been challenged by previous court decisions, and they're described in the legal brief. So again, I want to make it clear that if we make this decision, we do it as a board and we stand alone with that decision, not with legal backing behind it. I want to read from the conclusion. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the conclusion of the brief says, CUSD's continuing use of Native American imagery and the warrior nickname does not violate any federal, state, or local law on its face. It goes on to say, while based on presently known facts, CUSD's use of Native American imagery cannot be considered unlawful, a more detailed examination of the circumstances may reveal additional facts having a bearing on the propriety of continuing the use. The district may wish to pursue a fact-finding process for the purpose of allowing an opportunity for those who have potentially been aggrieved to bring forth their concerns. This process could facilitate not only a legal determination, but also a policy determination. That's what we're being asked to do. Let's talk about it. Let's put a process in place. This begs for a process. Our past actions for many difficult decisions have been very different than this process. We spent years over the main school process. We spent at least a year each time we had to make difficult budget reductions. We've spent many, many months, if not a year, looking at reconfiguration of elementary sites and 6th grade location, drug testing, and even recently the Summerlin bond. Each of these has been very complicated and very hard. But this is the first time that I can ever remember that a difficult and complicated issue was decided in one meeting. The process allows us as board members to gather as much information as possible. It allows the community to come together and have a say and bring buy-in into any decision that's made. It allows us to educate, which is our jobs. If I had to say from my own heart what I wanted, I'd say don't change it. I graduated from this school. But I have to tell you that I don't feel I get to say that as a board member. If you go on the website for the California Fair Political Practices Commission, and it talks about the ethical training that was talked about here tonight, you can actually take that training online. It talks about the principles of public service and the ethics laws, and there are many of them, so I'm not going to read them all, but I highlighted some of them. It says, remember that your role is first and foremost to serve the community. It goes on to talk about that you don't get to put personal interests above community interess. Avoid any actions that would cause the public to question whether your decisions are based on personal interests instead of public interests. Honor the laws and the public's expectations that agencies' policies will be applied consistently. Boy, did we fail to do that. Promote the efficient use of agency resources. We've jumped to a very expensive decision without ever talking about compromise of any sort. Involve all appropriate stakeholders in meetings affecting agency. We did that tonight, but I think process begs for more than that. The process that we've used in other big decisions has been committees that bring the stakeholders together on a more personal level and with a better dialogue exchange. Let's face it, it's kind of difficult to have a give and take with 3 minutes at the podium. I think I'm going to stop there, but it goes on. I just feel that more than anything, we need to put a process in place for this decision. And I would totally support the superintendent's recommendation